from r/maliciouscompliance, but you're not my manager. Okay, so years ago, I was working for a government facility that was undergoing a massive transition as the majority of the employees were reaching retirement age. This place only did mass hiring to replace people once every 15 years or so. One of the new hires was coming in to replace the current training department head and was given the title of deputy department manager while he trained for the new role and prepared to take over. We'll call him E. Dude was the biggest prick I have ever encountered. He was constantly finding reasons to write people up and spoke down to everyone with a lesser title than himself. His first actions as a deputy manager were to change the way we did training and change the hiring process to micromanage who could get hired to this already in-depth vetting process. The job required a top-secret clearance. I was part of the class prior to these changes. Training could take upwards of 3 years to complete, and he immediately had it out for anyone from our group that didn't meet his criteria. One day we all started getting called one by one into the training manager's office for a meeting with the department head, HR, and E. Now I know what's going on, as the people getting called are the problems E has been trying to get rid of, so I pull E aside. Hey E, I have an idea of what's happening, but just so I'm not blindsided, are you guys writing us up for something? If so, what incident, so I can make sure I know what went wrong? E, I'm not allowed to talk about that as per the employee handbook. Only your direct manager can discuss that, and as deputy manager, I am not your direct manager. Cue malicious compliance. So I get called into said meeting, and yup, they're writing us up en masse for things we had already been written up for. Apparently E had convinced HR that writing everyone up again for all the offences in a single write-up would make it easier to track. This place could only hold a write-up against you for termination purposes for 1 year. This scheme effectively reset the clock on a lot of those previous write-ups. In my meeting was department head, HR, and E with a huge grin on his face. I looked at HR, then looked at E, and asked HR why E was here. They replied to observe. I asked, but doesn't the handbook say that only my direct management chain and HR are privy to these meetings? If so, I'm not comfortable with E being here and would like him to leave. His demeanor instantly changed, especially since HR agreed with me and had him leave the meeting. Now, without him there, I was able to make a case as to why the new write-up was invalid and violated the handbook. The department head had no clue, or at least feigned it, that we had already been written up for these offences. Ultimately got the whole lot of the write-ups for everyone tossed out. I made myself target numero uno for this guy, who eventually got me fired a couple years later, but not before I got him demoted. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to our channel to make sure that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you for watching Reading Reddit.